Good morning, good morning, good morning. I woke up with a massive headache. Well, a migraine this morning, and it could be alcohol related, maybe not. Who knows? More than likely it could be. But anyway, I woke up with a really I woke up this morning around 4:10, and I was barely able to lift my head off the pillow. So I politely, I got up, went to the restroom, and laid my ass back in my bed. So, but I took two, not one, but two ibuprofens before I laid my ass down. So my head is feeling a little better. Good morning, Pet My Rock. I'm looking at my current, I'm looking at the viewers, but I don't see all of them. Snuggle Bunny, good morning, my sweetie. Wisco Gal, good morning. Wicked Wisdom, good morning. And everybody in the bushes, good morning. I don't see you. So, I see the count, but I don't see you. So I can't say good morning. But good morning, Savage. Good morning. This whole world is going to hell. Hi, Shirori. Good morning. It's oh my gosh, Shirori, you in Thailand. That's right. Uh yeah, my head is just I'm drinking coffee right now though, okay? And I went out last night, my lonely Tuesday run with my friends, and I think we just no, I think I overdid it. I overdid it. Not I overdid it. Good morning, Black Hat Music. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put feet and hands in super hot water, then ice on neck. Ooh, okay. I did a warm rag on my neck this morning and my head. Um, and then I got a towel because I didn't want to get my pillow soaked. So I got a big towel, and which I could have gotten good morning, Cooch. I could have gotten and put it in a plastic storage bag, but I didn't. Hi, mob rats. How are you, sweetie? I saw you just went live. You were coming back from the vet and driving with mama. I will check it out if you don't take it down. Good morning, JJ. Good morning. So, I actually want to talk about a couple of things because I was a little thrown yesterday. Good morning, Sarah motherfucking Z. Okay. Um, Maria, this one is for you. I guess someone in your chat must have said that I was dumb or something, and we all know I'm far from dumb. And then you said, no, Heidi's just an idiot. Honey, I am far from an idiot. So, unlike you that run with stuff that's not true or flip around narratives, I don't do that. When George was saying that he was going for an RO against you and Maria, I think I could have been the first person to ask him for proof, and I received it. Okay. So an idiot would be someone that's considered an imbecile, a cretin, adult, a nincompoop, or a blockhead, or a moron. And we all know those things don't apply to me. So the name calling that you do, girl, please make sure that you're looking in a mirror, because I am far from being an idiot. An idiot don't run departments. Okay. Well, some of them do, but I'm not an idiot. Drink Gatorade. Hi, JJ. Yeah. Hi, Donna Lee. I will. Hi, Ann. So that I didn't appreciate at all, at all. So because I choose to support George, and anytime I've ever asked George for proof of anything, he sends it with no hesitation. Good morning, Sassy. Good morning, George. When I told him in chat, I'm tired of hearing the he say, she say. I asked him, hi, CC Coulter. I asked him to pull the transcripts because the back and forth and the he say, she say shit is getting ridiculous. Okay. Sarah motherfucking Z says, hi, everyone. I can't tag everybody. Okay. Hi, Marcia. So again, I don't go around believing everything, nor do I allow misinformation to be put in my chat. Hi, twin mama. I don't allow that. Unless there's proof, don't put it in my chat. Hi, Ann. That's it. I don't flip a narrative. I don't change things over. Hi, Chris Hansen. Yes, transcripts. I don't flip narratives. I don't make things the way to make myself look better. No, I don't do that. I don't. So come up with a better term. And that moral police shit is getting old. Okay. Never considered myself the moral police. I've never considered myself, what is it, the voice of reasoning. That was something that everybody else said. No, no, because I am a bitch and I can be a bitch. Okay? Stop that. But if George, and if like George went around saying that he had to pick up his kids. That shit was funny as hell to me because I knew George didn't have any kids. Just because you swallow everything somebody says, that makes you an idiot. George said he owned a whole bunch of coffee shops. I knew that shit wasn't true. But you guys believed it. Hi, Shyla. Shyla, you missed a good time last night. God damn it. You guys believe everything you hear. I don't. I heard I got called out for following her. She posted. Oh my God. Well, I'm not one that followed her. So again, I don't believe everything I hear. I don't. Never have. Hi, Devious. I, that's just not me. And then I was in George's chat yesterday, and it was brought up that KK's intro was blackface. So it was sent to me. She got that from me because I called her the moral authority on YouTube. She called me an idiot too. Yes, you're not hungover. I am. Hi, Cajun Brandy. Um, it was said that KK's intro was blackface. So it was, I'm looking through it and I don't see blackface. I see cultural appropriation, which is being done all over the place, is AI. When I'm thinking of a blackface, I'm thinking about, people putting on black makeup and at that time when you say blackface, uh, people depicted black people as lazy, ignorant, superstitious, uh, all these things, and sexually over. So I'm looking for blackface, and there was no blackface, none. And I was like, wait a minute, did I miss it? No, I didn't miss it. So when last time I was talking to a few of my friends about it, and and they were saying it's cultural appropriation. Everybody does it. Some people may take offense to it. I didn't. Sorry, I didn't. You rather talk about Luigi? Yeah, I'm not blaming KK for anything. Okay. Um, I looked at the intro. I see there's Indian, there's Hispanic, there's black. I, I, I'm not looking for problems, and I don't go looking into stuff just to say I don't because I don't like you, and that seems to be the issue going around in this community. KK got called out for driving while she was doing a live. Okay, but I'm told that Kendra was driving and doing a live. So if it's wrong for KK to drive and do a live, it'll be wrong for Kendra to drive and do a live. George posted a tombstone. People posted his father's obituary. People, if it's wrong for him to do it, it's wrong for you to do it. But it was done to him first. So this is crazy. If you don't like somebody, there's an issue with whatever they do. But if somebody's doing it that you like, oh my God, well, it's an excuse for everything. No, no. I understand listening to George that Jen's mother was posted. That's wrong. I don't care who does it. It's wrong. She was driving in the pouring rain while live. Oh shit. Who? Not KK, right? Oh, you're talking about Kendra. Yeah. So if you're gonna call out KK, call out Kendra. And I'm listening to Sophie yesterday, or was it yesterday or the day before? When Jen keeps going on about the water stuff, and then I hear somebody, and then I look up bloat. Jen, before you start talking about something, I think you need to look it up. It is bad for humans and dogs to overdrink water. I heard Sophie say that she didn't want her dog to get bloat. Okay, Sly Boogie posted her mom. Yeah, that's wrong. And the picture that I heard it was, that's definitely wrong. Um, Stop talking about stuff that you don't know about. Please, Jesus. Good morning, Christoph. I'm just, and this is the way this community is right now. I don't like you, so okay, whatever you do, but if somebody that I like does it, it's okay. No, it's not. If it's wrong all the way fucking around. It's wrong. It's wrong to speak on people's kids. It's wrong to speak on people's family members. It's wrong to speak on deceased, especially deceased family members. Yep, that's what I was reading, JJ. Humans can get it too. Yes, yes, that's all Jen keeps going about Sophie's dogs and how she was monitoring the water they were drinking. Sophie explained it on her channel. She said she had taken the dogs out, and when they come back in, they drink. She goes, I think it was Oliver kept drinking and drinking and drinking, and he was drinking too much water. So I just don't understand little nitpicky shit. And I'm tired of hearing about that she liked a guy, that guy liked me. That's not true. But the funny part was when I was driving home last night, always clipping you, put out 2 clips. I'm listening. Ladybug goes up on a panel, and she's trying to have a conversation with Jen. Jen, of course, wants to overtalk, not listen to what Ladybug was saying, or she was trying to ask her questions. Then there was an aftermath. After the Ladybug and Jen whole thing, Emzy said that she needs to stop living in the past and she's taken too many hits for her. Emzy told her while Jen was on panel, no one talks about your kids. They talk bad about you. Just because they're saying your kids have an RO against you, that's not them talking about your kids. I was like, oh shit. Tonight at Heidi and all, wait a minute, and all interested parties. Who's this? Is that going to be Maddie? Is that Maddie's live, DJ? Um, I'm trying to, oh my God, it's speeding by. Hold on. Is that Maddie's live? Hold on, let me go to that channel. Uh, oh no, DJ, you're going live? Tonight at Heidi and all. Okay, guys, DJ's gonna go live. I take it. Hi, shit show. Oh, the space buns. Oh God, I'm so sick of hearing about them damn space buns. Uh okay, and then the that post cracks me up. The irony. Okay, I'm gonna have to go take a look at it. Cosmic Crazy. Hi, just clicked on. Yes, this stuff is why I dip out for a while, but always return to this junk. Really enjoyed 11, what I caught. Yes, that AI stuff is kind of creepy. And I think I was in the chat, I was just listening to what she was talking to Miles and Mia about. I do believe that E11 is opening herself up a can of worms. While it's interesting when she said that they can see the microaggressions and she said they have access to the camera, in her opinion, that to me would tell me, hey, uh, yeah, let me shut this shit down real quick. But the conversations are interesting. Why bring up her kids having RO? It's a sensitive topic. She's the one that brought up her kids. So now everybody's talking about it. Just like she brings up everything else, and then all of a sudden people are talking about it. And, I heard George say yesterday, or was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. That he feels that Jen was seeking attention by saying the N word. And then when I spoke to George, he said that, because John had got attention when he said it. Okay. When I spoke to George, I said, what you missed was she was on a call with another content creator, and we're not calling her name. And she didn't know she was muted. Well, she wasn't muted. Deadly even told her, he was like, wow, you're not even muted. He goes, you said that. And then she kept denying. It rolls off her tongue too easily. Not when she's in a psychosis, not when she's having no, this is something she says. This is something that rolls off your tongue. Jen, I am a black woman, and that word doesn't roll off my tongue. It doesn't. It doesn't roll off my tongue. Nope, I don't think it was attention seeking either. She actually thought she was muted, and I pointed that out to George, and he didn't realize that. And but then again, maybe she was faking like she, but no, nope, it just comes off her. Nope, it just rolls out too easily. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. And everybody keeps talking about community, this side, that side. The only fucking side I'm on is my side. That's it. My side. I don't fight anyone's battles. This was recent, Ghostface, last week. It's not part of my vocabulary. She's too old for the shitty excuses that George. It's not okay for her to say it just because she wants attention. We all know it's wrong. It's been wrong. It's been wrong. Been wrong. I don't even say it in personal conversations. She recently said it. Was it last week? Last week. I think I posted it on my community tab. Oh, well, I shared it. Yeah, I shared it on my community tab. There's no excuses for it. None. There is no excuses for it. I just cannot, will not make excuses for her behavior. Not at all. And I'm going to agree with Amzi. I was like, oh my God, I'm agreeing with Amzi. She said, the shit is getting old, it's getting tiring. You're living in the past and you keep rewriting history. That's what you're doing. You're rewriting history. And you don't like somebody because they go in Jules's chat. You don't like somebody because they're in Maria's chat. But you yourself said that this other content creator threatened to kill you, but you're always up on their panel. And then people are complaining about where Simply Sophie goes, where 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 Selfie Queen goes, um, where damn it, JJ goes, but they're all in that other content channel who's one of, they said he's one of the racist people there is. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. I don't want to hear it. don't care where anybody goes. Whatever issues they have with somebody, that's their issues, not mine. You can't call somebody out for being in one chat and you're in another that says some of the most racist shit. I don't want to hear it. That's just my opinion. What's going on? And then again, so you know that they're in these chats. Why? Because you're watching, but you're in the bushes, but you're not going into the chat. I can tell you, I don't go to Jules. I don't go to Maria's. I don't know who's in their chats, nor do I care. I don't go to Deadly's. Don't know who's in his chat, but I hear about it. I don't watch from the bushes. If I don't like you, I don't watch you. That's why when Sophie played that thing about when Sophie read what Kendra wrote, I didn't know anything about it. And oh, yeah, I haven't forgotten. Oh, I have not forgotten. Trust and believe me, I haven't forgotten. Today is not the day, though, because my head is pounding and I don't, but I haven't forgotten at all. Oh, AC thinks I'm aggressive. And it's not, well, she can be, but she's not being aggressive right now. That's just me too, Ghostface. I go into E11s, I go into Brooks, I go into George's, people that I mean, I don't give a fuck you block me. I don't like you. I see you and don't see you. I see you and don't see you. You don't bother me. Oh, okay. You don't bother me. You're insignificant in my life. This is YouTube. It's an open platform. People can go where they want to go. Where's Mari Mari? I haven't seen her this morning. Our side, their side. AC, we don't want to hear you slamming a whole dinner down your throat. What the hell? Um, this side, that side. I was listening to Maureen Mo last night. It was a treat to see Maureen Mo last night. And I thought I missed a lot of her live, but I guess I didn't. I came in at the right time. Real life has destroyed the community due to very wanting to go live now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I missed something. Real life has destroyed the community due to very few wanting to go. That's true. A lot of people aren't going live anymore. Yeah, a lot of people don't go live anymore. I was trying to coax Amber into going back live to cover Jessica, but I guess I'm gonna have to cover Jessica, and I've been watching her ass too. Um, so I'm gonna have to cover Jessica, but people got things going on in their real life. So I was talking about Maureen and this whole thing with SoFlo being detained or slash deported. Okay. I know she had been working on this for quite some time. The threats and Amber just sent me. I don't think Amber knows I'm live. Um, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that later. Okay, so Jessica Sabu- Sabago. Hold on, let me drop this link. Which she gets. Oh my god, she is weird as fuck. And I've been watching her. She's got another sugar daddy now, and she's running around spending his money. She says that he's a man of means, and yeah, she's a hoe. Hi, Irish. Lisa hasn't been going live, Ghostface. No, if she goes live for like 15 seconds or a minute and she has it on pause. Lisa has not been doing lives. She's been banned again from TikTok. I saw she went live the other day. When I went to Nookie's channel and I went to Mickey Mouse's channel, she wasn't there. And I was like, wait, not even in the shorts. She really, the last time Lisa, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the last time Lisa went live was, oh, January 6th. January 6th. That's the last time she went live. But again, so SoFlo was hi Irish Jazz. Irish Jazz. I didn't see you come in. Um Wait a minute. And it would be nice if he wasn't showing pics of my wife and dead friend, but go tell Connie that and let me know how that goes. Who in the hell is Connie? You lost your phone? Oh, you had too much fun out Sunday night, didn't you? Yeah, Sophie, if you want to collab on that, we can. Jessica is a hold handful. Yes. So Maureen Mo went live last night. She had Carlos on the panel, and she had been working on this whole thing with SoFlo with the threats and all this stuff he was doing to that community and the things he was saying. I never forget when he said that he was gonna do things to Johnny Mac's daughter, talking about Johnny Mac's son. I never forget when I heard about the Stone Sailor saying that he was going to send Marines to Aura Brittany. The stuff that he posted about Angel and daughter, which I really don't care about Angel, but the stuff he posted about Angel's daughter and her brother and her son, the things that he was doing, and all these people. I'm not saying all these people, but they didn't find anything wrong with that. Doxing people's houses, talking about people's families. I remember hearing a whole thing about Chicago Muscle and doxing his family, which was the wrong family. And now people are sitting there going, oh, it went too far. When was it too far? When he was doing all this stuff and you guys were supporting him, giving him information, giving him Savage's information, giving him, oh my God, what's that other lady's name? Um, Angela Jade. When did it go too far then? Oh, it's all fun and games. Hi, wedding cake. No, it's not. Yeah, Jessica's gross. So I'm just like, okay, when did it go too far? It was been too far. Been too far. Been. I remember that time that I was in Maria's channel and he spoke to me and I told him, please do not speak to me. He was like, but I said, I don't care. Don't ever speak to me. I wanted nothing to do with him. Never been in his chat. Never went in Lefty's chat. Never went into these chats. I went to Angel, Mop Rat Hunter. Who else is it? Um, oh my God. Rat Trap City, Maddie Marinera, Josie. I used to go into stand-up guys. I don't go over there no more. Um, it's been too far. I believe Sofo phone Jay. Who's Jay? Oh, okay. I heard about her being on that panel. She went on that panel and she was saying stuff about Johnny Mac as well, giving out all of these text messages. Oh, yeah. And Josie threatening to R Josie. Josie had to go and get an RO against him. It's been too far. Been too far. You're here illegally and you're doing all these things. And if he's not illegal, why hasn't ICE released him yet? Yep, he also had that. Yes, he did. That was in 1996, I think. Come on now, guys. Putting out bounties on people. I remember he put a bounty out on DJ Mandingo, Maddie Marinera, because he wanted their real information. For what? Putting up websites on people. For what? Yes, yes, Amber Soflo. This is crazy. Now it's, oh, it went too far. It's been too far. Been too far. But everybody was in there, kiki, ha ha, kiki, ah. Shit wasn't funny. Shit was not funny. I don't know if you guys ever watch Eric Foss, but I go in and I catch Eric sometime. If I don't, I'll catch him on a replay. I like Eric. He's straight up. He's straight to the point. Um, he doesn't like a lot of people that I do like. I don't care. I don't. He starts talking shit about these, I'm gone. But he just he puts it out there. Today his live is, hold on, it just popped up. Eric Foss live, just, it's called The Boss. Standing on Business with the Boss. I think that's the name of the channel. Hold on a second. Let me get Eric Foss's channel. And I like Eric. I think it's Standing on Business. Yep, Standing on Business with Eric Foss. Eric is going to be live today, and his title is John Gotti, Audio Threats to Women and Children. That's his live he's doing today. And when he showed the video of John Gotti in prison talking to his brother and Victoria, I was absolutely shocked. That is Eric Foss's channel right there, Amber. And I know you said that you wanted to interview him at one time, and that's going to be good. Let's see. Turns out he was supposed to, yeah, okay, I don't know if it was 86 or 96, but it was whenever Cuba was in an uproar. Yeah, so I don't know. I wanted nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. And the stuff he said about Angela and Maureen, and even the stuff he was saying about Angel's daughter, Johnny Mack. I don't even like Johnny Mack, but the stuff he was saying about Johnny Mack, the stuff he said about Code's dad, about Code's mom. When was it too? When did it? Now it's too far. No, it's been too far. It's been too far, people. Hi, Chantel. Been too far. So again, I don't really this side and that side and all this other bullshit. No. I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna say it again. Whatever I have asked George for, even when he was going through his court stuff, I said, how do you know this is Jules? How do you know this is Maria? I don't just take somebody's narratives and run with them. Never have. Yeah, but now she's allowing other people's families to be attacked on her channel. So I really don't give a shit. Okay, Mari is listening. She says hi. Yeah, I always like to see Mari. But again, okay, you don't want people to come at you. Don't come at other people. You don't want people, and I'm going to say what it is retaliation. If you don't want people to retaliate, keep their names out of your mouth. That's simple. Stop putting up false narratives. Stop lying. I'm not going to say lying, false narratives. False narratives. That's what it is, false narratives. I don't get into, oh, I don't like that person, so you're not supposed to like that person. That has never, ever, ever been me. I remember when JY told me anybody that was following Maria, he's gonna unfollow them. And then I get a message from somebody, oh my God, Heidi, you're still following Maria. I don't give a fuck. Nobody's gonna tell me who to follow and who not to follow. No one's gonna tell me whose chat to go in and whose chat not to go in. No one. I have a mind of my own. I think for myself. If something doesn't feel, and the bad part is people sit there and listen to the shit and know the truth, and they still want to run with the fake shit or the false narratives. And I don't take sides, and I won't take sides. When somebody came to me and asked me, oh, is it true George is doing this? What do? I sent George a message. I said, hey, I said, I had it. I said, can I send this to this person? They want to know if it's true or not. He said, sure. He says, I'll go one better. You can send this as well. If you sent something to me, I'm going to ask permission before I send it to someone else. That's just it. Yes, DJ and Savage, you guys need to do a duet. Hi, Mod 148. How are you? Happy New Year. I think I've seen you since the New Year. Have I spoken to you since the New Year? Hi, Susan Georgia Peach. That's why I was laughing, when all of this BS about, oh, this is what happened. It was a setup between Heidi. Anybody that watched my live saw exactly what happened that day. And then I felt stupid for defending shit that I knew wasn't true. And I just said, fuck it. The video is there. I give no fucks. But because you don't like somebody, you're going to run with this false narrative that never happened. Just like they running with that narrative about, oh, she was trying to run the agent over with a car. Get the fuck out of here. So she said, I'm not mad at you, guy, or I'm not mad at you. Why are you trying to get her out the car? She was backing up. Let the other car go by for what? Then go around, then shoot two more people. Now you're going door to door in Arizona and Minnesota. I hear the next thing is I was watching the news for Texas on my phone. They're starting to go door to door in Texas, and they're going to be going door to door in Florida. They're looking for all of these states that house a lot of immigrants. It's sad. But you said you're going to get criminals out. When people can't handle words on the internet, they go low and dox people. They're going to dox the wrong person one day. Somebody's going to come and find them. That's it. And I keep saying it. We saw it happen in New Orleans. We saw it happen in Chicago. It happened in LA. Look at how many TikTok creators or streamers, whatever you want to call them, have been cayed, shot at. Shit's crazy. And watch everything. Take screenshots of chats. What the fuck? What you taking screenshots for? If I said it in the chat, I'll say it here. If I said it in a DM, I'll say it here. My chat doesn't go away. My chat stays. No, I don't have the black card. No, I didn't even have a black card then. I had traded my black car in. What about Megan Trainor and John Legend? Oh God. They're going door to door already into really. See, I knew they were going Arizona, Minnesota. When I was talking to my sister yesterday, she was telling me about Texas, and then she was saying that Florida and what did she say? Florida and Atlanta are going to be next. They are in Kissimmee and Orlando today. Damn. Well, I was waiting to see how long it was going to take them to get into Houston and do the door to doors because when they first started doing it, they were showing up at court hearings and taking people into custody in court. Oh my God. Oh, Wicked. I'm going to send you a message too. I'm going to send you a message on IG. I just thought about it. So, anyway, I don't know if you guys are watching the Valley. The Shaws have moved from Beverly Hills to the Valley. Well, Mike is having a hard time because he's not a part of the new show. Well, if you wouldn't have been dragging around your fiance in the closet and stomping on her and beating her, maybe you would be. If you leave the steroids and coke alone, you'd probably be a whole better human being. No, Sophie, I've never known you to dox anyone. I've never heard you to say racial slurs. And I couldn't believe when I heard Jen say all of that. I was like, wait a minute. When you played that, I'm like, wait, what? I think it was a short you did. Oh, they're still deep in New Orleans too? The National Guard is back there again. My sister didn't tell me that. So I have a sister in New Orleans, sisters in Houston, cousins in Atlanta. I have family in Florida. I've watched every video of that sister and she posted no threat to them. And that's what I'm saying. That was no threat. No threat. Are you serious, Pet My Rock? This is sad. Yesterday, El Cheeto was in Detroit, flipped off a Ford employee because what he shouted at him. So employee got suspended. They started a GoFundMe. He's over 220,000. Oh shit. It is embarrassing. Remember when I told you guys when my granddaughter came here, she was scared. She didn't want to be in a public place, couldn't get her out because she's been overseas for so long. And then all of these mass shootings and everything that was going on, she wouldn't, I couldn't get her to a grocery store. I couldn't get her to a mall. It took me about 4 or 5 months to coax her to let's go do something. I wanted to take her to the fair. She refused to go. She said it was too many people. She said it's too many people. She didn't want to go. Yep, they're going into the schools and hospitals. They were pulling people out of in New Orleans, not my Winn Dixie. They started door to door in Arizona. Yeah, he is a disgrace. See, and I don't know if you watching that new. I watched both episodes, and Gigi, I mean Gonessa, Gigi, still in the same spot, still relying on her dad. Reza, Joy says he don't like Reza. I like Reza. I like Adam. There's a new Reza. His name is Reza Jackson, what they call him Reza Jack. Uh, I like this new cast. I am excited to watch it. Very, very excited to watch it. And it's so far so good. See, me too, Wicked. And I said I was gonna cover it, and I'm probably am. I'm trying to see when's a good day. Um, it's never see because once I start, I want to be consistent. I guess we can talk about it at times, but I would like to be consistent with it. I really would. George is really sad. They have had to stop accepting many foreign students, which should have been our future doctors. Damn, Mod. Thank you, Savage, for putting that in the chat. The National Guard is in the French Quarter. Are you kidding me? It was never legal. Now there is There was an escalated hearing to get the National Guard, I'm not the National Guard, to get ICE out of Minnesota. What they're doing, and when I heard JD Vance's thing saying that he would have immunity, this is not federal, this is state. You can't do anything if that state decide to press charges, not federal charges, state charges. If you didn't think that he was in any kind of problems, why did you rush to get Jonathan Ross out of his home, have people go in and pack up his shit and take him and his family someplace else? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, the GoFundMe is over 315,000 now. The Gestapo going door to door. Oh, yes. So I heard about Mickey Mouse. Okay. That's what I was telling you, Chantel. Even though that you're playing Gabby, you have to add commentary. You have to distort her video. So you're going to have, as long as you distort it and you're adding commentary and just not playing it, you're going to be good. But what you do is you play, and that you can get in trouble for. I see Mickey has lost her monetization right now. I've never got a feeling or even any kind of inclination that you were racist, Sophie. Yep, she's on a striking spree. Exactly, Shyla. Can't convince me otherwise. Nope, I can't. So you don't blame Gabby, Amber? Am I missing that? The employee called him a pedo protector. Trump flipped him off. He got suspended. Oh my God. Mr. Trump got his feelings hurt at a Ford auto plant. Yeah, you did. You told me yesterday when you and I talked. Marrero, Louisiana, Winn Dixie. Okay. My cousin's right there in Marrero. Her practice is in Marrero. Are you kidding me? Oh, there was a video of them stopping a guy at the gas station. And damn it, I did not load it. They were stopping a guy at the gas station and he put him on blast. He can't handle Detroit. His little feet got hurt. Team, I don't like, well, I like Asa, but Asa wasn't real. She wasn't putting out her real life. And that's why they got rid of her. But she used to do Instagram every Friday when she was selling her caftans. Matter of fact, I did buy one. But I haven't seen her on IG in a while. The World Cup has 16,000 canceled tickets. How anyone doesn't see the parallel the parallels between what's happening now in 1993. Oh, SS officers crazy. Yes, there is a parallel. People from other countries are concerned it's not safe in America. It doesn't seem to be that way. Seen some action with protests in Ohio this morning. I'm sick. Oh, this lady was in Missoula, Arizona. Is it Missoula? She said that Missoula is red. Is it Missoula? She said it's a red state, but there were all these people out there protesting ICE, and they were all white. She was going to the airport and she was videotaping. I was like, oh shit. Asa was your favorite? She was for a while. No, I haven't made the egg dish yet, Amber. I had, oh my God, I had stuffed bell peppers here. I had to do, I had, but I'm gonna make it. My refrigerator is almost empty. I did get some of the ingredients. Okay, so you're hooked on Shaw's. Shaw's is good. I love Gonessa. Love Gonessa. But now she has to downsize because her lease is up and she can't function. She needs six. What did she say? She had 8 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms, and I'm like, are you fucking crazy? You don't work. Your daddy is paying for this lease. And Reza's trying to get her into a new place. He told her she has to downsize. She says she spends like 6,000 a month on, no, 4,000 a month on weed. I said, are you fucking crazy? He's a pedophile. Well, he's a pedo, allegedly a pedo himself. Tim Walz says he was going to enact the National Guard to protect protesters in Minnesota, but he hasn't done it yet. Shaking my head. Mm. She's calmed down now. Oh my God. Shams and Gigi's son. Shams is damn it, is Tommy and oh my God, what's her name? Son. Um, oh my God. I love her mother. But those little boys are so damn cute. That's he's yelled with Detroit standards as baby talk, but he's better off now than yesterday. 350. Savage, you should have been out there so we could have started GoFundMe for you. This is shit. HSI is posted on X about one heritage, one culture shit. Should be the clearest sign that this is about racism and striking fear in opposition. I agree with you, Shyla. Regardless of what anyone feels about Tony Soflo, I feel so sad for his wife. Well, yeah, I don't. I don't. I don't. She was right along with him with that bullshit. I don't. Oh, well, when I went in there the other day, you weren't talking. Gabby was just playing. So I'm sorry if I missed it, Chantel, but you be going live weird times. And then I don't always get a notification for you. I just be looking and I'm like, oh, Chantel's live. There was an ICE date leak. Nope, the Constitution is not a suggestion. Not at all. Not at all. I saw you did Foodie Beauty. I did see that, but I have to go back and watch. I did catch like maybe 3 minutes of it, but I was out. That was yesterday. Oh, someone made a website exposing ICE agents' identities and people are freaking out, but it's not doxing. Public servants are not supposed to be anonymous. No, they're not. Also said, fuck you. It was crazy work. Hell, I don't put my real life out there. Maybe that's why I like Asa. Yep, she doesn't put her real life out there. We might be talking about the same video. He was telling his guys to carry their passport. On the status coop uh on the status coop live last night, a girl's leg got cut from some kind of smoke bomb. Ice shot it. Oh my God. Cheeto Guido, these names should have never been able to run again. He flat out committed treason. Yes, he did, but they didn't want to impeach him because he was leaving office. Did you see the drunk driving ICE agent who got pulled over and questioned the PD on site if he was Haitian? Oh my God, yes, I did see that. I'm not talking about, I was talking about the Shaws. I'm not talking about, we were just talking about the new cast. Hi, Bella Marie Messa. Um, Shaw's is back. I am so excited. I am really, really. Oh, and Thousand Pound Sister is back as well. They're back. Amber, Amber says she's glad you're back from the dead. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody wants to come up. But I also wanted to say that the actor Timothy Busfield, Tim Busfield, he turned himself in yesterday. And then I don't know if you guys were aware of the CPS teacher that went missing. Her husband happens to be black. Everybody was saying that he did something to her where there was video showing her by herself, walking away from her car by herself. And they kept trying to accuse this man of killing his wife. They found her body in Lake Michigan. Um, she was pulled out of Lake Michigan. And now they're saying that he probably drove her to kill herself. Really, people? Really? Really? I'm like, oh my God. So because her husband is black, he drove her to kill herself. Matter of fact, let me just show you guys this real quick. I, I'm just I was dumbfounded. This was all over TikTok. Uh, you don't know what this guy was on the news pleading for people to help find his wife, just like the other guy's wife who had the accident, pleading for the police to help him find his wife. They kept saying he did something to her. He was asking them to ping her phone. They wouldn't do it. When they finally pinged her phone, she was found upside down. She had had an accident, and they had drove by this site so many times. They sued the city and they won. They was accusing this man of killing his wife when she had had a car accident. And when they got her to the hospital, the doctors did say if she hadn't been found that day, she wouldn't have survived through the night. This is
news. Reports of a body found near the area where a missing Chicago public school teacher was last seen more than a week ago. Good afternoon to you. I'm Ben Bradley.
And I'm Lourdes Duarte. We go straight to WGN's Brona Tumulty. She's live at the 31st Street Beach with more. What do we know at this hour, Brona?
Good evening, guys. This is one of the areas that police were conducting searches for 53-year-old Linda Brown. She's been missing for over a week. What we do know today is that a body has been recovered in this vicinity. We believe the medical examiner has been on scene this afternoon. And inside of the last 20 minutes, police have confirmed they are no longer conducting a missing person case. Now, Skycam 9 was overhead a short time ago. Chicago police say Brown was last seen in the early hours of January 3rd in the 4500 block of South Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Bronzeville. She reportedly had an appointment that morning in Wicker Park, but never arrived. Her vehicle was found last Wednesday after surveillance cameras from a Chicago Archdiocese building at the base of the 35th Street Bridge caught images of Brown parking it, getting out alone.
She's walking by herself. Nobody is with her. This is not foul play, which I need to check in on Micah's situation with JP, but she's by herself.
Walking across the bridge. There was no video of her returning to her car. Family and friends previously telling WGN Brown had been going through some mental health challenges and may have been a little disoriented. She had a lengthy career in public education, most recently a special education teacher at Robert Healy Elementary in Bridgeport. We also spoke today with a former student of hers from many years ago when she taught at the Dr. Jorge Prieto Math and Science Academy on the northwest side of the city. He tells us she was a force of positivity and impacted everyone around her.
So this woman was going through some kind of mental stuff. But if you guys are on TikTok and you would see these videos about, oh, he did something to her. And I'm like, wait a minute. They saw her walking out of her car by herself, going across a bridge. She never came back. That's why they knew where to start searching for her at. Did I have these? Are these Calvin Kleins? No, because mine had the big leather strap. I thought they were Calvin Kleins. I'm looking at her shoes, guys. Sorry.
The best possible way.
I don't know her family personally, but I know the family that we created at the school and how much of an impact she made to everybody that she taught, and even those where she wasn't specifically a homeroom teacher. She was just always so willing to help anybody, and she will forever be ingrained in the culture and in the neighborhood of all the students. I mean, she impacted thousands of lives. I can name.
And again, she's impacted thousands and thousands of lives, but you never know what she was going through. You heard they said that people were relatives or friends were saying that she was going through some mental issues. God only knows what she was going through, but her husband was on national TV crying his eyes out for people to help him to find his wife. So maybe he knew. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Mo and her crazy ex-husband, who had been seething for 10 years after their divorce.
And people in my own family that are devastated by this news.
Now, we have reached out to Linda's family. We spoke with them earlier in the week. We've also reached out to CPS for comment. We'll bring you updates as we get them. Again, a lot of police activity down here. Certain parts cordoned off as well near 31st and Lake. We're live on the lakefront. Bronagh Tumulty, WGN News.
So she was found, and here is her husband right here. This is the husband.
There's a woman missing in Chicago. Her husband said they watched a movie together before. Deceptive with someone, you keep looking at them because you want to make sure they believe you. You want to see if they make a face that, like, what? Those kind of things. We're not seeing that here at all. So don't be under the impression when someone breaks eye contact with you, they're being deceptive or they're lying.
That's what they were doing.
She was in
that's what they
the
were
bed
doing.
when I went upstairs. Everything was fine. Don't know when, she got up.
And we're not seeing any of that stress.
So, I just want. It was one channel where he was actually crying.
When I went upstairs, everything was fine. Don't know when, she got up.
Now this may.
And he keeps playing that part. I'm trying to find the video with him when he did the interview. He was really, really upset. Okay. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Here we go.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious, and I am obsessed.
Here is.
It was a decade ago. This was a shock. And so we really decided to dig deep into Dr.
His right to extradition. He waived his right. He will be brought back to Ohio. The family was not surprised it was him. They thought maybe he had hired somebody, but he had threatened to K her before.
Michael McKee's background. We all know.
Let me just stop this. And when the practice called because he hadn't shown up for work and he was only late an hour. Okay. When they said that and they can't reach his wife, and that's the alarming part, they all were aware of this psycho. This psycho right here had been stalking this woman.
Oh, that he is this vascular surgeon.
I don't care what he
which
is.
Means he's at the top of the heap. I mean, it takes about
bailiff that was on the court TV show in Houston that killed his wife. He was a bailiff. Who cares what he does for a living? He's psychopathic.
15 years to become the vascular surgeon that he is, practicing where he was. And it just defies all logic for everybody, right? And I know you have a lot of questions about the crime scene. How did he get in? If it's him,
I want to know
all of that. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But the big question I had today was, what's his background? Because we did a criminal background check on this guy, and he's spotless.
Of course you did.
So I'm not surprised. You can't have a criminal background and be a surgeon.
Tell me that's not the man that we saw walking away in that video. Tell me that's not the man that we saw walking away. I'm good, Bella. My headache is getting better. Tell me that's not the man that we saw in that video walking away from that house. Tell me that is not that man.
Spotless. I mean,
same body type, even with a coat on.
So the mystery has been, well, the divorce papers just said that they weren't compatible.
Geneva is not.
But how incompatible?
Ohio.
What's the story there?
Then again, I don't know where
it's not in black and white, but the family is now opening the floodgates. They are telling a lot more secrets about what Monique was going through while she was married and then separated from Dr. Michael McKee. And it's starting to make a little bit more sense. I don't have the full picture, but I do have some.
What?
Because Rob Misla, who is a brother-in-law of Monique and Spencer's, he is talking about stuff he would not say before. I interviewed him a week ago, and I asked specifically, is there anybody who you can imagine would do this, would want this couple dead? And he said, nothing I can say, publicly, or in the way he worded it,
anything.
Seemed as though nobody at all. But when I go back and I really look into the wording, it's almost like I can't really say out loud some stuff I'm thinking. but he did not let on or indicate that there was anybody that stood out as a potential suspect. And that was by design, because the Tepe extended family and Monique's extended family, they did not want to jeopardize the investigation.
Nope.
So
they knew when they heard about this, it was the ex. And I kept telling you guys, he was seething. The fact that she's living this happy life. Their marriage was short-lived, 7 months. She's happy. She's got 2 kids. She's married to a dentist. How dare she marry a dentist? And I'm a vascular surgeon. What does he have that I don't? I feel that he knew him. They went to the same school, Ohio State University. He's 2 years older than her husband. So I'm figuring they knew each other, or they've run across each other. Maybe he felt that this guy took his wife from him, or that all kinds of shit. He could have been thinking in his head that she was having an affair with him the whole time they were married. That's why he left. That's why she left. Not because of him being controlling and narcissistic. He's a psychopath. Psychopath. Ashley, I want you to get to the good stuff real quick.
Quiet.
And I didn't get the time
they had
on this one.
big suspicions about. A guy who now, since he's locked up, they're saying some things about that marriage. Then there's another red flag. No one at the wedding would have seen this. Nobody who watched the wedding video would have noticed. It wouldn't have stood out as, oh dear God, I sense a problem. But Monique and Spencer read wedding vows to each other, as many will do. And Monique's wedding vows were very, very curious in retrospect. She referenced waterfalls of tears in her past. And she referenced wrong relationships leading up to this joyous moment. But it wasn't so much even those words.
Look at this guy. Look at him. And he played football, they said, in high school. Look at this guy. Look at him. Nothing in his eyes. Nothing. No remorse. No nothing. And you know what? I don't even think he was trying to hide. I don't think he was trying to cover his tracks. To him, he's justified. To him, he's justified in what he did, because his fifis were hurt. She left me. I'm telling you, I was stalked by my ex. I was stalked. When you're in a relationship, you don't see it. I remember at the time, they had the what is it called? The thing that you can remove from a car to keep it from starting. I would park my car someplace, go out, my car wasn't there. I was being told that I would walk in my sleep. I remember I started seeing a therapist, and the first question she always asked me is, how is your marriage? How's your marriage? I remember when I used to come home and he would always have, margaritas and stuff made. And I remember one day I had a friend come over and he goes, no, don't drink that. I'm going to make some more. And when she was leaving, she told me, she goes, don't you ever drink anything else he gives you. Because I was passing out. No, not the spark plugs, the converter, whatever you call it. It's a little round thing that you take off the car. And he would remove mine from my car, so I couldn't go anywhere. And then he would be my hero and he would fix it. And, I'm like, what the hell? This is damn near a new car. And that's when I had my Toyota Camry. I'm like, this is, I'm having issues. And she told me this because he would tell me I would do all these things and I have no memory of it. So he had me to go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist. And they always ask me that question. Little by little, I started paying attention to things. Little by little, I started paying attention to things. You don't see it when you're in it. But then when someone brings it to your attention, like now, somebody brings something to my attention, I may not say anything, but I'm watching. And he used to tell me that I would get up in the middle. I thought I was going crazy, seriously. And every time I saw that woman, she would always ask me, how was your marriage? How was your marriage? I remember one time I went someplace, we had gone someplace. I had parked my car at one spot, and when I go out, my car is not there. I called the police. My car is parked. Wait, I said, I didn't park over there. And I'm sitting there going, maybe I did. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. When I finally left, he pulled some stupid shit. You might as well come and get the boys. I'm checking out. I called and they told me not to go in that house. Stupid ass sitting there with fucking loaded guns.
Action. When she read that, I'm going to show all that to you as well. I think it is so
See, that's what I'm saying.
telling and heartbreaking
and even
when I
now
look
when
at
I
it,
see him,
because I almost could see
the eeriest feelings, but I don't let him bother me. He can't stand when he sees me. He can't. And I just look at him. I'm like, how you doing? He told me, one time he told me, I don't know whether to kiss you, hug you,
that the
or choke
possibility
you.
exists
I said,
that
do
it is her
either.
ex-husband who murdered her, because he's
Don't do
allegedly
either.
the killer. And he's
When he
charged
would
with
come
the
to
aggravated.
Houston, I called my mom one day. I said, hey, I said, could you tell me if he's here? Is he next door at his dad's house? She goes, why? I said, because I just saw a Mercedes go around and I know that's his car. And she goes, yes, he's here. I said, how in the fuck did he find my address? He was driving around my neighborhood. And this is almost 20 years after we're divorced. That's the scary shit. Oh my God, girl. Shyla, sweetie. Oh my God. See, I'm telling you. And I'm gonna tell you what did it for me. We were home and we had people over, and he took some of my friends into my closet. And he says, everything, she got tags on everything in here. Fuck, what do you want me to do? The only thing I was doing was shopping. But you thought that money was going to make me happy. No, it never did. Never, ever did. When I decided I wanted to go back to school, and then I wanted to get a part-time job when my boys started going to school, that became an issue. That was an issue because I wasn't at home. You didn't know what I was doing every day. When I made friends and started taking girls' trips or going to a play, we would go to New York and go to a play. It was always an issue, but I never let him stop me. Never let him stop me. Then he would call my job and tell him that I was on drugs. I remember one day, cops showed up at my job and I had to go get a drug test right then and there. And we were separated at that time. He had called my mom and told my mom all this crazy shit. And I told my mother, I said, you keep believing that bullshit that he's telling you. I said, because none of it is true. And then she was lecturing me about leaving my husband. I said, didn't you leave my father? Am I crazy? Did you leave my father? I said, I'm good. I'm at peace. But that's when he was circling around, parking outside. And I woke up one night, I looked out the window. Something told me, there he is across the street, staring at my bedroom window. So when people say stalking, please don't. I got stalked in Tennessee and I was stalked in Maryland. And then I left Maryland and went to Virginia Beach. Why? Because if he wanted to stalk me, it would take him 4 hours to get there, 3.5, 4 hours. The fuck?
Murders of both of them. I almost can see the PTSD as she's reading those vows to the man she loves, Spencer Teppey. You'll see it in a moment. I want you to say in the comments whether you agree with me. Tell me if I'm crazy. But I do want to hear your emotions about this because I find it very emotional. So I also am going to break down something else in this episode.
Yeah, we're not going to get all through that. I'm just going to drop the link and you guys can go watch it. So when I hear people say stalking, I'm like, shit, they don't know what stalking is. I got my first gun in Tennessee. I had a Ruger, or was it a Luger? A Ruger. I got my first gun in Tennessee. I was stalked in Tennessee by some guy that lived in the other subdivision across the pond. Uh, I remember I woke up one night and I heard somebody walking on the roof, and I kept saying, somebody's on the roof. And then they used to scratch outside the window like a cat. So one day my neighbor saw my ex-husband, well, at the time we were married, and he goes, man, what were you doing on the roof last night? And that's when he took me seriously. I wouldn't let my sons go outside in the backyard to get in the pool by themselves. If my phone was ringing and they were outside in the pool, I would get them out the pool, bring them in the house, lock the door. He used to throw crab apples at my house. And I remember the cop telling me, if I was to shoot him, make sure he bleeds inside my door, because then it's self-defense. Yep, they do. Then it's self-defense. I remember one day, because we were in Clarksville, Tennessee, he left like he normally does to go to the base, but he took his motorcycle, went around, came back through the other neighborhood, hi Nooks, and came into the house through the back way. Not one thing happened that day. That shows me that guy was watching my house. The next day, crab apples, we had a crab apple tree, was hitting my door, I'm like, what the fuck? Called the police. No one's out there, but they see all the crab apples out there. And he said, this is escalating. And that's when that cop told me, if you shoot, make sure he bleeds inside that door. I said, so if I open the door and I say, come on in, he goes, yeah, but we don't want to know that. I did. I said, okay. But I had to go to the shooting range to learn how to shoot. That's stalking. I got stalked several years ago. My husband worked offshore 2 weeks at a time, and he came home early and caught him. I never see, and I'm telling you, that is the scariest thing. You don't know. And in Clarksville, there was a Piggly Wiggly. And when I used to go, I'm telling you, when we used to leave the house, I would make sure my kids are right next to me. I would hurry up, get them in a car. And at that time, there weren't really car seats, but they had these little booster things. I would get them in there, and I would back out, go to the corner, where there's a lot of people, strap them in, and then go to the store. Because I couldn't take the chance of having my back or being inside of my car and not seeing someone walking up on me. That's how scary that was. You don't know how happy I was when we left Tennessee. When we left Tennessee, when he was transferred, that was the best time. I was happy. I didn't have to deal with it. I wasn't looking over my shoulder. Just being outside in the backyard by the pool. We had a high fence up. It was a high fence. It wasn't like a gate. I mean, it was like it was a wooden fence that went all the way around. But I was always looking to see if somebody was peeping over the fence. Yeah, stalking is very, very scary. So, and people do things that they don't normally do. But I was going to shoot, and I did. I said, so if I invite him in, he goes, we don't want to know that. Just like I told you, my cousin took care of her husband. She had gone out one night. She came home. He was in the house, and they had been separated. He used to beat her, and she hit him once in the knee. He kept coming, hit him again, kept coming, and she emptied the gun. When the cops get there, her brother is there. Her brother got there real quick, and she was telling them that she had the gun. The cop was saying, he was like, ma'am, so you got the gun out the drawer right here, right? She kept saying, no, I had it in my purse. He kept saying, ma'am, you got the gun out the drawer, right? And her brother had to tell her she spent about 5-6 years in a mental hospital because she never quite got over what happened. People do shit. Don't y'all don't understand. Stalking is something serious. My other cousin actually, her husband, my dad's cousin, used to beat her. And you know that Al Green song when they said that the wife poured hot grits on him, or the girlfriend? Well, he was in the tub. No, he was in a bed. She had called the police and told them they needed to get there. She had boiled Crisco oil and poured all over him. She never spent a day in jail. At that time in Louisiana, women, I'm telling you, when you get to a point, be like R. Kelly, when a woman's fed up, there is nothing you can do about it. Nothing. Because she's going to get you for every little thing you've ever did to her. Every little thing. So imagine not knowing that my aunt was going through the stuff that she was going through. Just imagine that. Oh, you requested me on IG? Okay, sweetie, I'll take a look.
Because we're going to bring you a very
This is what I wanted to show you guys, and then I'm out of here.
Yeah, we're talking an entire home in Suffolk County completely overrun by...
I want you... Okay, this is trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. If you don't like mice, rats, whatever, look away.
Hundreds of rats that were being kept as pets. And if you don't like the sight of rats, you may want to look away during this.
Oh, damn, she said the same thing.
Officials found the rats running rampant throughout the home. In the end, police arrested the 48-year-old homeowner, but now they're trying to figure out what to do with all the animals.
Seriously, what do you do with all the animals? Long Island reporter Shantae Lance is live.
And they breed like crazy.
Well, Liz and David, at least 300 domesticated rats are believed to be inside this home. Volunteers say 100 to 200 of them alone are inside the walls.
Oh my God.
From spilling out of the kitchen cabinet to overrunning every inch of the floor, pet rats.
Hi, little stinker.
Hundreds of them running amok inside this Rocky Point home.
You see this shit?
Disaster inside. It's very hard to breathe. You need, masks. You need gloves. It's just a bad situation.
Frankie Floridia and other volunteers with Strong Island Animal Rescue have been capturing as many rats as they can to send to a vet to get proper care and checked out.
A lot of them are injured.
Wait a minute. You're going to send these rats to a vet to get proper care? Oh, my God.
Of them have huge wounds. Their eyes are coming out. They have big abscesses. We have a few that are going septic.
Amber, I'm going to call you after
Stevens
this.
Is a volunteer and a veterinarian tech assisting inside the now condemned home on Whitewood Drive.
We've got about 150 contained. Have them in separate...
150 rats contained. 150 rats contained. I used to watch Hoarders, okay? I can't watch Hoarders anymore. When I was seeing them, they had dead animals. You mean to tell me that you had these animals and you hadn't seen them and you don't smell that they're dead? Oh my God, I can't even watch Hoarders anymore. I can't watch Hoarders anymore. I used to love Hoarders. I can't watch that shit no more because now it's just more and more. It's just disgusting.
Containers, male, female.
Hi, Michelle.
Sick.
There's maybe another 100 to 200 in the walls.
Exactly, Shyla. Long distance relationships work
300 to 500
best.
Domesticated rats were believed to be inside the home.
It's a very sad situation.
Oh man, that's not jealous.
But we're doing the best we can with what we have.
A team of 5 to 10 volunteers found rat poison in the basement.
We have seen a couple that have had blood coming from their nose, that kind of thing, which is
exactly
what happens when you poison rats.
Stevens says all of the rats are being treated for mites. She says this could have been avoided through rat separation.
Everybody knows rodents reproduce very, very quickly. So I personally feel that...
I just said it. They breed
were just
like
separated.
crazy.
You keep
like
the males
crazy.
with the males and the females with the females.
Makes us sad, but it also gives us a glimmer of hope that we know that we can get them to safety.
He resigned?
And I spoke with neighbors who say they didn't see or smell anything, so it was really contained to this home. Now volunteers are looking for Good Samaritans to offer foster care and also monetary donations to help with the rodents' health care.
Are we serious?
Live in Rocky Point, Shantae Lyons,
Oh my
Channel
God,
7,
thank you for
Eyewitness
letting me know,
News.
I, for
Michelle.
one, have never heard of rat foster care before. All right,
Rat
Shantae,
foster
learn
care,
something new.
guys. We have a rat foster care, okay? Oh my God. This is just, yeah. Oh, I wanted to show you the guy with the skulls. Hold on. Human skulls. Wait a minute. Grave robber. That's what it was. Grave robber. The guy that was arrested. Here we go. I meant to show you this 4 days ago.
Some major developments today in a story making national headlines. A grave robber targets an abandoned Delaware County cemetery, taking jewelry, bones, and entire bodies from their resting places.
The police chief in Yaden.
He had 100 skulls. Was it 100 or 100 plus skulls in his house?
Says his detectives walked into a horror movie come to life. Now, new court documents reveal what tipped off investigators and what the suspect allegedly admitted to investigators. This now goes beyond Delco, with investigators heading to Ephrata to serve a search warrant.
And we do have team coverage tonight for you of this investigation. Let's zero in on the investigation right now. CBS Philadelphia Chief Investigative Reporter Joe Holden starting us off. Joe.
And good evening. This is a shocking case. Investigators tell me they've seen nothing like it in the past. A man named Jonathan Gerlach broke into an unknown number of graves, mausoleums, and above-ground vaults here at Mount Moriah Cemetery and stole human remains, according to investigators. We have video into our newsroom in the last hour showing investigators crawling about Gerlach's home in Ephrata. Police confirm the coroner there from Lancaster County is removing remains and will hold them until they are positively identified. They also confirm in court papers additional bones and 8 corpses were discovered in a storage locker. Meanwhile, here at Mount Moriah, the graves Gerlach allegedly preyed on, we're talking about old ornate mausoleums and large crypt-like vaults, many from the 1800s. They allege he used a crowbar, ropes to rappel, and ladders to climb down into and access caskets. Police say
Look at this. What does he think he is?
Then broke into the caskets and stole entire sets of human remains. Police in November got a tip, they say, from the Friends of Mount Moriah. This is an abandoned cemetery that sits on the Yaden and Southwest Philadelphia line. Investigators say they were able to lift DNA off an energy drink can that was left behind. Police then set up a sting and arrested Gerlach after they say he broke into even more graves. He was found to be in possession of human remains when taken into custody, according to investigators. The chief of Yaden Police said they wanted to catch Gerlach red-handed. Police say Gerlach admitted to taking 30 sets of remains from Mount Moriah and storing them inside his Ephrata home.
You know, it was horrendous. They rest in peace means rest in peace, and unfortunately, these people are not resting in peace anymore, and we're trying to put this all back together as best as we can.
Some of the graves we saw today.
Yes, Nux. Yes, but that's not the first funeral home. There was one in Georgia. Was it Georgia or North Carolina, where he had bodies just piled up because the crematoria wasn't working?
They were visibly disturbed, and some were even still open. The Baker Mausoleum had fresh concrete ceiling and entryway. At this resting place, Gerlach is alleged to have taken 16 sets of remains. So investigators are now beginning to identify the remains in hopes to return them to their rightful resting places. Yaden police want to hear from family members who know that their loved ones are buried in 2 distinct locations here, mausoleums and those above ground crypts / vaults.
They were doing that in New Orleans for a while. They would break it into these coffins or these mausoleums and stuff. And then after Katrina hit, there were all of these coffins that floated up, and then bodies were all everywhere. And they had to wait till the water receded to put them back where they belonged.
Have an email address that they would like people to reach out to. We have that for you right now. at CBSPhiladelphia.com. Live outside Mount Moriah Cemetery, Joe Holden, CBS News Philadelphia.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. Wow. Well, after uncovering some of the disturbing details that we're hearing about in this case that Joe just talked about, we learned that selling and buying human bones is perfectly legal in most states.
And investigative reporter Liz Crawford looked into this for us. Wow.
Don't you want to know it's the majority of states, unless, of course, there is a crime involved. Now, we're told that someone who buys any type of human remains that has been obtained illegally could also face charges. But there appear to be ways to legitimately purchase human bones and other items. Now, after a simple internet search, we found a handful of companies that sell human bones of all kinds. On the site johnsbones.com, it says bones are collected for educational and artistic purposes, and they strive to make the ability to study skeletal remains accessible to all.
Oh my God.
The founder of the company said they mostly sell to schools and universities, and they get thousands of requests a month from people looking to sell bones, but they only buy medically prepared remains.
The color, the patina, the hardware, and any type of stamps or seals that would show that would be medically prepared by one of the original companies. If we do not see this indicators in the bones, we do not work with those types of remains.
Bella.
Well, and I'll tell you, the prices for many of these items have a very wide range, some very expensive. We saw human skulls for up to $4,000.
Okay. So let me just stop that. You remember when they had, when people donate their bodies to science, and then there was this big, it was an expose when they were on tour and they were doing autopsies of bodies, and that's when the guy found that, I think it was his father was up there, and his father should have been cremated. And they sued that company. They were performing an autopsy on a man that was supposed to have been cremated. They don't do that shit. That was like maybe 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Venezuelans were so desperate they didn't even sell the bones for money. They treated human bones for food. Oh my God.
$1,000, a femur bone for $260, a full skeleton up to $10,000. By the way, we did find out today that some websites like Facebook and eBay have banned the sale of human remains over the years.
Wait a minute. We were selling human bones on Facebook? Get out of here. So I know about the body farm because, they would take bodies out there to see the different ways and how bodies decompose so they can tell, the time of death or, the different variations from different insects and stuff. They said that's science. I don't want to be at a body farm. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Rainbow. How I remember we did a field trip to a traveling exhibit that showed different body parts, and it turned out he had stolen all the bodies. How long ago was that? Was that like 8 years ago? Oh shit, Trump is mad. Greenland decided to stay with Denmark. He does realize Russia is 55 miles from Alaska, right? What's his excuse now? Oh my God. I've been researching this because another community I'm in, one of the artist manager does this. It's gross. Oh, Cosmic, you got to tell me what community that is. What about the woman who found her son in an exhibit? I don't know about that woman. I'm going to have to look that one up, but I know about the guy. And the only reason he knew about it because it was on, because it was something they were advertising, or he had went to the show or something because he was curious, and it was his dad. Oh my God. And he started screaming, and he did. He showed where he had paid to have his father cremated and everything else. So the question is, whose ashes did you get? Oh my God. Yeah, we're going to go to a war. We'll see it. We'll see it. But anyway, I just wanted to come live and just discuss a few things. I really didn't. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on. I want to get to this one. real quick, and then I'm out. Because I had these tagged for last week, and I didn't really get a chance to cover them. So let's take a look at this.
More about the man who is at the center of this case, a man his friends say was just a normal guy. CBS 21's Maxine Rose continues our team coverage and joins us live in Ephrata. Maxine, what did they tell you?
Ephrata.
Alex, today I spoke with a man named Trevor Poole. He spoke with me over video. He met him through the music scene.
Good people can do bad things.
The more than 550 charges filed against Jonathan Gerlach is not adding up for former friends like Trevor Poole.
My reaction is it seems like something like psychosis of some sort. I just wonder.
I think that's what it was, Rainbow Body World.
I guess
it was some kind of expose or
Poole says he met Jonathan Gerlach around 2010 while playing at shows with his band called My Hearts of Fear. Poole says Gerlach also joined a band called Road to Milestone as a lyricist and vocalist, and both of their bands would often play at shows together until around 2018.
John was like one of my closer friends that I would hang out with, have brewskis with, and chop it up with outside of the shows. It would always just be him and I talking about, our beliefs, and he's a very empathetic guy. Like, he was always a good dude.
For someone in the heavy metal community, having an interest in oddities doesn't exactly come as a shock, Poole says.
Oh
but
my
Poole
God!
Also says Gerlach never even mentioned being into it at the time.
He was very to himself. As far as like social media goes, it seemed like he kept it pretty.
His Instagram page confirmed by documents for a search. It says, quote, 533 accounts and pages Gerlach yielded a bunch of accounts referencing skeleton collections, corpses, taxidermy, human skull store, oddity bone museums. But another Instagram page of his shows more.
I think it was kind of it blended in. I guess overall take generally is I never ever would have expected him to do something like this.
Really? Okay, so Chantel just sent me that article, and let me show you this. This is crazy. And it was in Las Vegas. Oh, God, this is crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me show you this. And it does look like her son skinned. Oh, hold on. Okay. Let me get this up here. So, this is the young man that was ruled a suicide, okay? And, she believes that her son's skinned body is an exhibit. She said Kim Eric felt her blood run cold when she saw the Real Bodies exhibition in Las Vegas and noticed the body was posted a striking resemblance to her son, Chris Todd Eric. Chris passed away age 23 in 2012, and his death was ruled a suicide. Okay? Initially, it was believed he suffered 2 heart attacks in his sleep caused by heart defect at his grandmother's home. But Kim thinks differently after asking the police for case materials, which she alleges contain images of a chair with straps attached. This is the exhibit right here. That does look like that young man, skinned and all, okay? So then the mother explained how her ex, Chris' dad, had handled his cremation due to the grief, and she was given a necklace with a small amount of ashes inside days after her son's body was found. However, Kim claims there was never any funeral, and she contacted the Midlothian Police Department for photos taken at the scene. She claimed Chris had been covered in bruises and lacerations when he died, and there was noticeable dry cyanide on his lips. The examiner ultimately tested a vial of his blood to appease her and shockingly found a lethal dose of cyanide in his system. This changed his cause of death to cyanide toxicity. Chris' death was ruled a suicide by undetermined means, but Kim has continued to search for answers ever since. Left shocked when she saw a body she was adamant was her son. The 54-year-old told the Star, "I knew it was him. It was so unbelievable, painful to look at. My words cannot describe how this shook me and my family to its core. I was actually looking at pictures of my son's skinned, butchered body. It's gut-wrenching." The real bodies exhibit in Las Vegas, the Sun. There is no factual basis for these allegations, adding, "We extend our sympathies to the family, but reference specimen cannot be associated with individual named in these claims." Imagine Exhibitions, which owns Real Bodies. Maybe that was the name of that tour. "We extend our sympathy to the family, but there is no factual basis for these allegations. The reference specimen has been continuous display in Las Vegas since 2004 and cannot be associated with the individual naming these claims. All specimens are ethically sourced and biologically unidentifiable. We remain committed to ensuring that all exhibits meet the highest ethical and legal standards." How in the fuck is that ethical and legal? Look at that young man. Look at this. That could be him. But there's no way for her to prove that's her son. Are you kidding me? I think when I go to Vegas again, I can't go look at shit like that. But that man saw his dad on the table. That was his dad. And they had to stop the exhibit and everything else. And his dad was supposed to have been, well, did he say cremated or was his body donated? And at that point, no, I think he said his father was supposed to have been cremated. So what are they giving you? The only way you're going to be able to check if you test the ashes to see if this is the same DNA. 300,000 Cubans will be sent back to Cuba after Trump issued a federal register terminating the humanitarian parole processes for Cubans. Oh, damn. When did he sign that, Pet My Rock? There were no teeth in there, were there? I'd be afraid to send them elsewhere, PMR. See, that's what I'm saying. You have people that are hardworking. They're not criminal. Haitians and Venezuelans too. God damn. I'm going to have to take notice when I go out again. DNA is gone. Thank you, Nux. I didn't know that. May 2025 has already started. Okay, I'm going to pay, you know what? I need to pay closer attention when I'm out. But I did notice something when I was out Saturday. Normally at our place where we always hang out at, there's a lot of Hispanics. There's a lot of people that socialize. And I didn't see a lot of those people out. Let me mention again the one culture, the one heritage shit the administration has been spouting lately. Charlotte, can you send me that? I got a friend who is a cop in the U.S. Oh, wait a minute. And he calls ICE when a person does something illegal, but when she sees it's an accident, etc., she doesn't call. Well, and you call that person your friend? Agree, Michelle. After CCOT video that played in Canada, the U.S. resident was shipped there and oh my God. See, I've been trying not to watch all this stuff because I get really, really upset, but I guess I should. And I was talking to Debbie that day. She goes, I can't watch this shit. She goes, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know anything. She goes, because yep. And she says she carries her stuff with her everywhere she goes. I watched 60 Minutes episode that got banned in the US. So much for free press. I cried. It was horrendous. Where can I watch it at, Shyla? I wish the money going to Cuba and Venezuela would be given back to ACA, SNAP, and Head Start. Those cuts were made because American money only for Americans, right? Make it make sense. But I do believe that if you're getting assistance, you should at least be working 20 hours a week. I do, and I stand with that. Unless you're totally disabled. But then again, you have a lot of disabled people that work from home. There are people that work in call centers with no arms and no. Come on, guys, you can go to work. I get upset. I'm going back to work, but Heidi, accept my friend request. Okay. Is it under Rainbow? Is it under Rainbow? Oh, she's policing my chat. That's the dumb part. I don't even look at our chat. So she's policing. Y'all be careful of what y'all writing because Maria's policing the chat, I'm being told. Girl, stop. Rainbow, how do I know which one you are? You're going to have to let George know who you are so I'll know who to accept. Yeah, I don't see Rainbow. And don't put your name there that you're under. So you need to send it to George. So I'll know. U.S. Department of Labor, one of ours, all of yours. Okay, I see, Shyla. Yeah, that Christy Nome is a bitch. I see. Don't come for me, but that part of illegal difficult to understand. Either you choose to follow the law or you don't. If I commit a crime, I'm going to jail. We're also, why is it different from for half? Okay, there's another part. What about the 40 billion he gave Argentina? I just found out that today about her. My mom is Venezuelan. She's not going to the U.S. any day soon. I'll go to Heidi, but then cut Head Start funding, which is childcare that allows people to work. Someone not from our country. I'm confused. Neither changed the law or has been enforced. Well, if you're talking about the woman that was shot, she was from our country. My husband served 33 years, disabled vet, and we make too much to get any food assistance. He served 33 years. God damn. I think that was before they started cutting it at 22 or 23. Yes, it is right. PMR is going to DM you too. We're planning something. Okay, PMR needs to DM me to let me know. Okay, Shyla. JJ, they said they would go after the criminals. And they're not. They're not going after the criminals. That's what was said. They were going after the criminals. They're going after anyone that looks. Oh, they actually went at this Haitian guy at the gas station. All right, Shyla. Join us on Saturday. Invitations to follow. We don't care about no popo. I don't use PMR account and haven't for a while, over a year. Being here illegal is equivalent to a traffic infraction, not quite criminal. I just read the request. The name is Rainbow. I don't use. Okay, I'll go look again. I didn't see it. Cubans who came under protection had it revoked. Did you see the vet who was deported after serving it? Yes, I saw that, Pet My Rock. I definitely saw that one. I understand what you're saying, but again, we have choices. I'm not going anywhere that could separate my kids and I. They're going door to door. Yeah, that's sad. And when you sent me that, I was shocked. We only tried when groceries became outrageous. Yeah, it is outrageous right now. But I'm going to okay, Sweet sent me something. Hold on a second. Oh, yes. Saturday, January 24th. Got it. I'll be there. So do I RSVP? Look, I accept. I will definitely be there. Okay, got it. If my country went to complete shit, I'd swim across the river with my babies and enter country legally to be able to take care of them too. I need to do another grocery live. The invitation will be on the community tabs. Don't forget to send me. Oh, matter of fact, Rainbow, when I get off, could you call me? Could you call me on IG? All right, guys, I love you all. I really do. My head is feeling better. I'm going to make me a salad with, I'm going to make me a steak salad and eat and lay back in my bed. It's because they get paid good for each person's body. They don't care if it's wrong. Oh, God. I'm going to get me something to eat. I need to watch what I missed last night. I've been watching Jenny and Submit on The Other Way. Oh my God, do you guys see how Jenny's neck is? Do you see how old she has really, really aged? Really, really aged. And thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You guys have a great, great day. And I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget, any comments you made in the chat may be posted. Love you guys. Bye.